How we doing, everybody? Welcome in Sunday conversation. I want to ask you a question. So, have you ever thought about starting an online business, but you're worried about the cost of what that might cost you? So, my name is Bobby Neishman, and I'm here during our Sunday conversation today. So, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm not in my normal spot here, traveling around in my parents' house, but today I'm going to show you guys how to kickstart your online business journey without breaking the bank at all. Super cheap, not spending any money. So in this video, I just want to cover a couple of different things. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I'm going to cover and talk about. So I'm going to talk about your mindset of starting a business, different business models that you could use to generate money with zero cost, different tools you could use for those businesses, marketing strategies for those businesses, and then scaling tips for once you get the ball rolling a little bit, taking that stuff to the next level. So join me here. This shouldn't be too long of a video, but I want you guys to know this stuff because it's something I was writing out yesterday and just want you guys to have on your end. So section number 1 is your mindset and your planning. So the power of your mindset is so important. There's a couple things that go into your mindset when you first want to start out in business. So number 1 is determination, your resilience, and then your growth mindset. So determination. I think this one should be pretty self-explanatory. What drives you? What makes you want to start the business? Is it money? Is it you're passionate? Is it a passion project? What is that determination behind you starting a business that's going to make this business grow? The second one, resilience. You need to have resilience when it comes to starting a business because things aren't going to go the way you want right out of the gate. You're going to have hiccups. Things are going to fall behind and you're not going to be able to, do something, and you have to get through that. You have to power through. That's resilience. When things aren't going the right way, power through. And then the third one is that growth mindset. So you might only start off with a couple sales here and there the first couple days. You might not make anything, but it's about that long-term growth mindset that's going to get you to where you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And in that planning section, setting SMART goals is super important. So one of the goal setting tactics that I like to use, and I think you should write this down, is SMART goals. So SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relative, and time bound. Relative or relevant, whichever word you want to use. I've seen people use different words. So let's walk through a SMART goal. Specific first, right? So something that you could really get in depth about, like in your niche, something very specific, something measurable. Is it money? Is it units sold? Achievable. You're not going to sell 1 million units in your first week, right? So something that's achievable, maybe 10 units in your first week or 100 units your first month. And then the next point, relevant. So it has to be relevant to what you're working on and, towards your goal. It has to be relevant, not something that, doesn't really matter, something that's not involved in what you're trying to do. And then time bound. So this goes to what I just said with the achievable. The first month you want to sell 100 units. Okay, that's your time bound. So let's make a SMART goal. So say you're starting an e-commerce business, right? You want to make 100 units, 100 sales, in your first month. That's specific, that's measurable, and that's achievable, and that's relevant to your business, right? So that's a SMART goal. So last part here of the mindset and planning section is like identifying your niche. What are you going to sell and what are you going to attack? So finding a niche that aligns with your passions and your market demand. So you might not, your project might not be a passion of yours, but find a way to bring your passions into what you're working on. And use different tools like Google Trends or a keyword planner for research to find out different niches that you like, that you could sell, and different things that you could do. So that's the first section of your mindset and planning for a business. All right? So let's go to section 2 that I wrote out. Choosing the right business model. Super important. This is probably the most important part for what you guys want to do, right? So there's a couple different business models that I wrote out that I'm familiar with and that I know people that work in the Taylor's Code do these different things. So here they are. And these are all low cost. You could get started with almost $0 in these. So the first one is affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is you could take your marketing skills and promote other companies' products and earn commissions off that. We have people that do affiliate marketing in the Taylor's Code. What they do is they go out, they send the Taylor's Code link out, and then they are able to get money from how many link clicks and how many people join the community, right? So affiliate marketing is number one. If you're good at making videos and you're good at putting yourself out there and marketing yourself, that could be a good one for you to earn commissions on products on TikTok Shop, e-commerce stores, or like I said before, the Taylor's Code. If you want to send out the Taylor's Code community, talk about it, say what we're all about, that's another option. The second option is drop shipping. This has become very popular over the last 5 years, one that I work on myself and have businesses and stores around. So this is selling products without holding any inventory yourself. So what you could do is build an online store, which I teach people to do. Inside the Taylor's Code, we have people that work on this every day, right? There's no excuses why you can't do this one. You reach out to me directly inside the Taylor's Code and we'll get you guys in there doing this, all right? So pretty much what you're gonna do for dropshipping is create a web page online, create an online business. And then what you could do is link that to a supplier, whether they're in China, the United States, or wherever they are, right? They will hold the inventory for you, and then once you get a sale, they will ship it to your customer. So this is like a no-brainer business. A lot of people do this. This is, it's very popular. You could do this right now today and get started. One that kind of goes with drop shipping is print on demand. So this is when you could take drop shipping to a different level and customize products like t-shirts, mugs, anything you could think of, like even this picture. People will go on graphic design tools like Canva or Adobe Pro and make edits, and they will make pictures, and then you could post them on a blank canvas, just like this, just like that picture right there. So you could make wall art, t-shirts, anything you could do. Take a graphic design, copy, paste it on there, and then you have a print on demand service, t-shirts, towels, whatever you want it to be. So another one is selling digital products, one that I'm actually tapping into this niche of creating online ebooks, online courses, or online templates where you could take your knowledge, whatever you learned over wherever you learned it, and you could write that into an ebook or make that into an online course with YouTube videos and write out questions and really quiz your audience, make an online course, make them want to learn. Or different templates in terms of Excel spreadsheets or in terms of budget sheets, anything like that, anything that people could use to make themselves better, that would be a template. And what you could do is you could sell this. And you could sell this on different platforms. A lot of people drive traffic. I've seen a very popular one is Gumroad. So if you haven't seen Gumroad, check that one out. But also I think school does a very good job at this too in the classroom section. You could put up classrooms or put up courses for a paid price, and that could be a digital product. So that's that one. Selling digital products is a very good one, and one that I want to get into myself because I have so many resources that I use, and I want to start conglomerating them together and get those selling as bundles so people could start seeing my resources and learning from them. So another one here is freelancing services. So if you have a specific skill that you use maybe in your day job that you think you can make more money on, so you could do writing, graphic design, maybe you just want to do consulting, maybe you run your own business and you're very smart with business savvy stuff, Excel spreadsheets, you could work as a consultant. But freelancing your time and your skills to other people who may need it would be a freelancing service, which you could do with $0 because you already have those skills. You don't have to go out and learn more skills and do all that stuff. So you could use your skills you already have, help other people, put your hourly rate, maybe project rate, whatever it is, up online, and then you can make money off that. So just go through the pros and cons of each, whichever ones fit you best, and decide which one suits you best and that you would want to work on. So those are a bunch of different opportunities there. So the next part of this building an online business, finding your niche, finding out what services you want to do. And then it comes down to building an online presence. So building an online presence could either be creating a website or an online store. Creating a one that I've seen that works very good is people creating a portfolio of themselves. So like I said, for freelancing, if you have your own skills, create a web page for that and show people what you could do. Give them some work that you've done in the past, and they could see that, and then maybe they will hire you that way. So there's all different affordable platforms you could use for this one. WordPress, Shopify, a basic plan, $1 a month. You could create an online website and get products up there, get templates up there for digital products, all that different stuff. And then branding. So this is going to come down to logos, pictures of yourself. One that I like to use is Canva for this one. So I do a lot of graphic design in there, take pictures of myself, make YouTube thumbnails, and make video edits, all that kind of stuff in Canva, and also CapCut too if you're going to be doing videos, online videos like this. You want to edit them up and chop them up in CapCut. So next part that I had written down here is also part of social media is part of branding and marketing yourself, social media. And this one should go without saying. There's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the list goes on and on and on, however you want to market yourself. But make sure you're using social media to drive different traffic to wherever it is that you're selling something. So you want to create a funnel on social media, have a link going somewhere. That's where you're driving traffic and selling your product. So we have a question in the chat here. What are your thoughts on Photopea? I've never used Photopea. Tell me a little more about it in the chat. I've never used it, so I don't know. I use CapCut, I use Canva, and I use Adobe Pro. So Photopea I've never used. Tell me a little more about it though. I'll definitely check it out. So then kind of the last part of creating your online brand, and this is kind of more the back end stuff, more in the weeds, but I've actually outsourced this to someone that works for me and I pay them, is SEO. So search engine optimization. So once you have an online presence, whether that's social media, it's a free browser version of Photoshop. Okay, good to know. So I've never used it, but I mean, if it works for you, that's great. And it's free, which is even better. But I use Canva. It's not really Photoshop. I use Adobe Pro I'm not a Photoshopper, so I don't know. But that's good to know. I'll check that out because I always like learning new skills. But back to SEO, search engine optimization. Once you have a online presence, whether that's social media or you have your own website or you have a YouTube page like this is on right now, you want to get in with different keywords to better search your videos and your profile in the rankings on Google or Bing, wherever people are searching you. Those keywords on your videos or in your social media profile are going to push you to the top of pages. People are going to start seeing you better. And if your keywords match your brand and they match your business, and when people search up what they're looking for, boom, you're going to pop up. So search engine optimization is key. Like I said, I outsource that to people on Fiverr, which is super cheap, and it's really good. It's been working very well. So check that out as well. So moving on to section number 4 of building this online not free business, but cheap business, is using free and low cost tools. So once you have a business that you want to run, you've picked out your market, your strategy, you picked out the business model that you want: affiliate marketing, drop shipping, print on demand, selling digital products, or freelancing services, right? So once you picked out what you have, you need tools to help you. You need tools to build. So first one I have is marketing tools. And this is one that I kind of just touched on. I classify Canva as a marketing tool, right? It's a marketing tool because it's more pictures and editing and kind of making it look pretty. But when you really want to get into marketing, I think one that's super important and that I want to actually learn myself is email marketing, right? So I want to get better at email marketing, and one that I've seen is MailChimp. I've seen what MailChimp has been doing, and some of the things you could do on there with AI and reoccurring, putting out emails to people that are on your email list, and it looks super cool. You could track the link clicks, you could track how good the email looks. So that is a very good one that I've seen. And also social media scheduling, I think, is a good marketing tool. So you could use the features in YouTube to schedule out videos that you want to post. Say you're going on a vacation, but you don't want to stop posting videos because that's going to slow down your traffic. Start scheduling out videos to post at the same time every day, like I do with shorts. I have shorts that post at 11 a.m. and I have some that post later in the afternoon at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. So I schedule them out because I want to, I can't edit every day. MailChimp is a heater. Yeah, it is. From what I've seen of it, it looks crazy. So that's a goal of mine, to start getting an email list. And this is something that, if the gentlemen from the Taylor's Code are watching, we could start collecting emails when people join the Taylor's Code and get them on an email list. So that's just something I thought about moving forward. So staying in this topic of free tools and low-cost tools for your business, productivity and organization, there's all different tools out there for communication. There's Discord. There's like the school community. That is now a new form of a business almost. So you could do school, people chat in there. Project management, if you want to, have stuff laid out. I personally like, I'm drawing a blank right now. What is it? The PowerPoint of Mac. I forget what they call it, but it's like a PowerPoint. So I like laying different things out there. Let's see. If you link MailChimp to your business, then you can track the earnings generated from the email inside of the MailChimp itself. There you go. Another perk of MailChimp and things you could use, to better understand your business. So section 5, marketing strategies and your budget. So like I said in the beginning, this is a low budget video. You're scared, you want to start a business, but you don't have a lot of capital, right? And that's completely fair. A lot of people start businesses with not a lot of capital. I understand, I get it. So your marketing strategies for a business, if you don't have any money. So let's talk about the first one, your content marketing. So if you are starting a service business, right? If you're starting, you're going to do services, you're going to write resumes for college students, right? Let's just say that's your business, right? What would be the most effective marketing strategy to get, college students to buy resumes from you? And this is a philosophy that I've said to people before, and one that I'll continue to say. I think there's kind of two ways of looking at it. If you're doing online services, I think making YouTube videos and showing your character and showing your skills to people resonates with them very well. So I think setting up videos like where you're talking to the camera like this, or sharing your screen and showing them exactly what you could do for them and how you could help them in terms of a resume builder. So showing them examples of resumes that you built in the past, that is going to resonate with people, like, oh wow, he's a professional, he could do that. Another one with that is, I think, X and written platforms, maybe Threads. If you use Instagram, Threads is also under the same boat, but I prefer X, and you know why. If you follow our channel, you know why. But X, being able to actually write out your ideas and post pictures and showing all that, I feel like that's a more better way for people to understand your business and what you're trying to do, is writing things out. And there's all different philosophies you could use when you're writing stuff out, and, keywords or, hooking people in, and like trying to do resume builders and things like that. So I think service work is great for X and YouTube. But I think if you're going to go, let's say, the drop shipping route, and you want to sell products of some sort, or you want to do print on demand of some sort, I think Instagram and TikTok are the way to go. And here's why. I think that making short form content and pumping that out every day and getting that in the person's line of view for a product, let's say you go with a print on demand t-shirt and you want to sell that online, it's super easy to just make a video of the shirt. You don't even have to say anything. You just hold your phone out in front of you, get a picture of whatever you're selling, if that's, if it's an interactive product, that's even better because then you could take a video of how it interacts with people. But for the print on demand example of a t-shirt, you could take pictures on your phone, you could post them on Instagram, you could post them on TikTok, you can make videos in the shirt on TikTok, link the product, and people can buy it right off your TikTok shop, or you put a link to your store. So just getting the product in people's eyes. And I think the best way to do that is TikTok and Instagram with the fast algorithms, the way they work. They, could really dial into people that are buyers. So moving on to the next part of marketing strategies is your networking and collaboration. So I think it's super hard to build a business by yourself, especially Shopify e-commerce businesses. You want people around you that you could bounce ideas off of, bounce questions off of. And I think the best way to do that is joining a community. Maybe that's related to your niche, maybe not, doesn't have to be. And so I would say, the school community is a great one. The Taylor's Code, I've already plugged it numerous times, but I'll say it again because it's so important. If you want to, get started with a low-cost business, all the ones that we talked about, all the ones that I mentioned, we talk about in the Taylor's Code, and we teach people to do. So reach out to me in the Taylor's Code. Link is in my YouTube bio, and I'll attach it in the description of this video if you're not watching live on YouTube. But getting with other people and being able to ask questions as a beginner and bounce ideas off them because they've already been through the trials and tribulations. I already know what might not work for you if you go down a clothing line brand on Shopify. You're gonna have questions of things that you think might work, but I'll be like, no, listen, that doesn't work. I've tried it. Don't do it. So having that knowledge of people that have already done things is super important. And like I said before, last thing on marketing is SEO. If you are going to make YouTube videos for your services or you're going to post on X, making sure you could do this with ChatGPT. Just ask it, what are the keywords of this video, and give it your video, and it's going to give you great keywords to maximize the vision online. So let's see here. We got a couple more points. Let's go into, I kind of want to skip that one. I don't want to talk about that one, but monetization and revenue streams, right? This is most important. This is what everyone cares about. This is the glitz and the glam. So I think it's important to diversify your revenue streams. I don't think it's in the modern age, you can't just have one, right? So let's go back to the e-commerce store, print on demand services. If you're going to start a store and you want to do print on demand, I think it's important to not only have one product, but you have multiple products of different niches. And then you have not only print on demand, but you have products that you're able to get from foreign sources or sources in the United States. But being able to set up different websites and different stores is so important, because then you're going to find one that actually works. The more products you could test and the more products and the more stores you could build, one, you're going to find a product that works. And two, you're going to learn to build these stores better and better every time. So creating multiple businesses inside like that Shopify or e-commerce brand is only going to help you, because if you build one and you work on that really hard for 3 months and it doesn't work out in the end, you only make a couple sales and you lose a couple dollars, you might have been better off trying to test different products in different stores and learning to build different stores and learning which products actually sell with the marketing behind what you're using. So creating different streams of revenue that could come to you, whether that's Shopify. It goes for all different things, even affiliate marketing. I think the more products you could sell and you find one that really works for you, then you understand what works for you, your style, that product worked because why. It's all about reflection of why that product worked for you. So setting up sales funnels, and this kind of goes back to the marketing and MailChimp, like we talked about, being able to drive people to the product or to the service is what's most important, especially in an online setting. In person, it's different if you have a store. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an online presence. So setting up sales funnels to drive people there is super important, and we kind of already touched on that. But another wrinkle on this, which I think is very good, and I see a lot of businesses do it. I haven't personally done it myself, but it kind of, in terms of the Taylor's Code, but subscription-based services or memberships are very, very popular. So if you have something that you could charge monthly for, let's talk about some things that charge monthly that you might not even, know you're paying for. One, Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, things like that, right? They charge you a monthly service. What's some other ones? In the chat, help me out. What are some other monthly charges? I try to keep mine to a minimum, but let's think about it. Okay, let's think about Canva. I pay for that monthly. CapCut, pay for that monthly. They're able to, kind of get me in there because I like their service and I like it. So I think if you could create something, maybe it's a monthly call that people join for $1 amount a month, where you're going to provide a certain amount of value for those people every month, and you're able to boom, boom, boom. In terms of Shopify and drop shipping, you could make a monthly subscription and you send out a product that is going to go out each month. Maybe it's different each month. So let's think. Maybe it's a hat store, and each month you're going to get a new hat. You pay $30 a month, and you're going to get a new hat every month. It's going to come in, and you know it's going to come in, and it's going to be different every month. So 12, you're going to get 12 hats a month, and maybe you could add a couple things in there, little wrinkles to keep people coming. Is that a Spotify Premium? Spotify Premium is another one. That's a great service that a lot of people use. Apple Music is another one. A TV license? What do you mean by a TV license? Can you elaborate on that one a little bit? You mean, okay, so you're saying like maybe for cable, you pay for cable? Yeah, that makes sense. People love to watch TV, so yeah. But just trying to, start thinking of these things. If you're going to start a subscription business, write out everything you could think of that's subscription based. So that is, some techniques, to just get some revenue coming in. Start thinking about things. Start thinking about price point, what price you want to sell things at. Do some research on competitors, what they're selling at. And then, of course, I guess I could touch on this last before we move on to the next section, is upselling. So once you have a customer on the hook and you already have your MailChimp set up, you could start upselling them, to more products that you have in that store. So say you do the subscription based, the hats. Well, maybe you have 100 customers now and you're reeling in good money, and you want to create a little side niche of the hats, and you want to start doing shirts too. So you get a hat and a shirt each month, or, so you could start upselling already customers because it's easy. You have their data, you have their address because you're shipping stuff there. So you could send the mail, like real mail, email, just getting things out there. If you have followers on social media, TikTok, Instagram, you could start upselling customers that already bought from there because they're going to see your new products. So that's just ways to keep upselling people. So let's see, we have another message in the chat. So over here in the UK, we have to pay for a TV license per year for the ability to watch the news, like $80 a year, and it's mandatory. Oh, wow. I've never heard of that before. We don't have that in the United States. We do. I'm not sure if you have to pay for cable as well, but what we have here in the United States is, it's called antenna. It's like an antenna TV. It was how they watched TV in the old days. It was like a radio signal. And you could like put a little foil on the back of your TV with, some antennas, and it would broadcast like via radio. So people would watch TV via radio. So no, TV's free over here in the United States. Like you don't have to pay for TV if you like want to go the antenna route. But if you're gonna go with service provider like DirecTV or Comcast per se, it's usually you pay a subscription monthly to have that service. But no, I've never heard of a TV license. That's crazy. 80 pounds a year. It's mandatory if you want to watch TV. Never heard of that. I think, is that more of a government thing? Is that the government charging you guys to watch the BBC? So one of the final points here, scaling your business. One that I like to do, and I'm an accountant, so this is like kind of in my blood at this point, but It's tracking profits and reinvesting profits. So allocating your earnings to upgrade the things we talked about, your tools, your marketing efforts, and your product development. Yeah, the government. Okay, that's what I thought. But just to make yourself better at things, once you make some money, don't go spend, because when you're first starting out, it's not going to be a lot of money. It might be a couple $100s. Don't go spend those couple $100s on stupid shit, right? Reinvest it inside your business, and it's super easy to do. Just keep the balance inside Shopify. Get a Shopify card. I'll show you how to get that if you don't know how to get them. And then you could use the Shopify card, debit card, where the balance goes when you get sales, and then use that for expenses towards your business. So if you didn't have money for Canva Pro, in the past, now you do, right? You could put that debit card in there. Now you have Canva Pro and you have unlimited editing options. Marketing efforts. If you couldn't pay for MailChimp Pro, well, you made a couple sales. Now you do have the money to pay for MailChimp Pro and get all that good stuff. Maybe you wanted to upgrade your product a little bit and your supplier said it's going to cost you a little bit more to get nice stitching on a shirt. Now, once you make those sales, you have the ability to do that. So make sure you reinvest your profits. Paid advertising. So we talked a little bit about social media marketing. So you can pay for advertising on your profiles. So if you've been posting videos for 2 months, 3 months, and you've had a couple that have had success, that have gotten a couple thousand views, that have gotten tens of thousands of views, I would use paid advertising to grow that even further. So if those videos worked, pay for ads on it and boost it to another 10,000 people. If it's a product, video, you might see a lot more sales from that. And that is one of your ads now. That's one of your ads. And you want to keep that and evolve. Make sure you save those videos. And for future reference, you could build out more. So scaling your business. And last point in scaling the business that I talked about before, outsourcing some tasks, because realistically, you're not going to be able to do everything in one day. You're just one person. So finding cheap workers that will do some things to help you out and to help you grow your business while they're coming along with you is super important. So try to find some people that are willing to work for cheap, that want to help you grow your business, that aren't going to break the bank. Once you get some money, reinvest in people to do different things for you, whether that's video editing, whether that's ad scripting, helping you run live streams like this, having a moderator, whatever it is. Just try to find people that will help you for cheap. So, common mistakes people make. Number one, avoid overspending in your first couple months, because you want to make sure you are able to generate revenue first before you start just dishing out money, right? Because realistically, businesses fail. And if you go all in on a business, it's like, oh, this is going to be it, and you start pumping money into it and it doesn't end up working, and then you just waste a lot of money. So caution against spending an unnecessary amount of money on those premium tools I talked about, or premium services for people to help you. Second one, once you do have customers, don't neglect your customers' needs. Listen to what they're saying, because ultimately your customers are your business and they're going to help your business grow, because word of mouth, everything like that. So it is important to listen to the feedback of your customers and adapt accordingly to what they're saying, right? So take that into account. This point here, poor time management. I see this a lot. People not utilizing their time correctly. It's waking up and just lottie-dotting through the day. Then it gets late at night. They've worked their job, or they've done whatever. They were out messing around all day with friends or whatever. And the time comes 7 o'clock at night. They're like, oh, I should probably work on this, but they're tired. They were out all day. They were doing this, doing that. So make sure you have a consistent schedule of what you're going to do day in and day out to make sure that you're accomplishing your goals. Sorry, I got people talking at the parents' crib. So, conclusion here, I'm going to recap everything. Dude, listen how loud they are in there. Jesus. So, recapping, I'm going to summarize everything that I talked about. We talked about affiliate marketing. We talked about e-commerce. We talked about all this different stuff, ways of making money, products, services, making sure you get people involved in getting that stuff out there. There's all different ways to make money is what I'm trying to say. You could get products out there and people will resonate marketing, you know, social media marketing, two different ways. If you're a product, you could do e-commerce. If you're a product, you could do TikTok, you could do Instagram. If you're a service provider, there's X, there's YouTube, showing your personality a little bit more, how you're going to help them. And then using tools, reinvesting your profits, driving revenue streams, all that different stuff, you know? So I encourage you to get out there, start working. The first one you do might not be exactly what you want to do in the future, but you could build off of it. It's super important. So I'm going to do the outro now. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you found it valuable, please throw a like, subscribe to the channel. We got lots of videos coming out in the future. Next video will be Thursday, the Gentleman's Code, episode 7. So if you haven't watched episode 6, go back and watch that. And then episode 7 will be coming out on Thursday morning. So don't forget to hit the notification bell too, subscribe. And if you're if you're a subscriber, you're going to see all the episodes, so I'm not worried about it. But check out the Taylor's Code. We have resources in there to get started in business. Free e-commerce store. We have crypto courses. We have sales professionals. So if you're not in the Taylor's Code, get in there and start asking questions. All right? Bobby, can I be made a chat mod? Yeah, sure. We'll set that up. We'll set that up for you, Swift WT, for next week. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you today.